Mr. J. Christopher, protect the righteous with wisdom and strength.
Something I hadn't even thought about, which is the fact that there is a distinction between doing publicity for someone who is maybe African American, maybe Latino American, or Latin American, or maybe just someone of a different race, right? One thing you pointed out is, well, you know, when you do the comparison, the contrast between folks of Latin descent and African Americans, they're very different. You know, there's a very different conduits for publicity and promotion. Or in comparison, I think you had said in the Latin community, there are about 5 different outlets where you can promote, and they promote what their people are doing. But in the African American space, is maybe half of that, if not a third, right? So can you expand on that a little bit?
Well, just in terms of comparing African American media and Latin American or Latin media, certainly there's Telemundo, there's Univision, there's a couple of other nationally distributed channels, cable networks that target the Latino community. For our African American community, we have BET and TV1 in terms of nationally, broad, nationally distributed channels. The Latin community, this is just in terms of experience. When I've done junkets, a couple of projects I worked on had.
Well, let's go back, because I think junket is a term of art, and there may be people watching this from Idaho, Kentucky, the foothills of Virginia, who knows, right? And they may not know what a junket is, right?
Okay.
So what's a junket?
A junket is a press opportunity where if I have a TV or a film and I want to expose it to as many outlets as possible, I will hold and when I say I mean the studio or network will create a 1-day or 2-day PR opportunity where they're inviting press from all around the country, print, online, broadcast, radio, to literally have their talent and their producers, directors sit in a room all day and just do round robin interviews with a variety of press in 10-minute segments.
Okay.
So you're probably, if you're talent or director, you're doing maybe 50 interviews in a day with a variety of outlets, and they frequently, depending on the project, will invite Black outlets, Black media outlets, and Latino outlets if the cast or the storyline requires.
Got it. Okay.
And what I've experienced, and certainly throughout my career, there's certainly a broader, there are just more Latino outlets out there, partly because they're backed either by corporate entities or coming from South America. They're funded and they have an American presence.
You said drug money from South America?
No, I didn't say drug money. Don't quote me, but again, who knows how they're funded?
I'm just teasing. That's a joke. That was just a joke.
But they definitely have more outlets. Some of them are originating from South America, and they have a U.S. outpost. And the numbers of our African American media